What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode. We are back working on the Pacemaker. It's been a couple of weeks, I know, but I just got back from a fishing trip up in Dirk-Hardock Island. If you guys haven't seen that video, it's a pretty cool edit, so I'll throw it up in the link above. So we're actually finishing the stringers in this episode and flow coating everything ready for the new floor. So last episode on the Pacemaker restoration build, we finished the main stringers and the thwart ships as well as the bulkheads. Now it's just glassing in the fuel tank floor.
Rightio.
Alright, so we've just put a layer of resin over the board.
We're going to put it all on the outside of that board to glue it down to the floor. Okay? So Nick's ready to do that in. That board's not going to move anyway, it's glued down. Bloody hell, that's thick, will never bloody break that. You can leave that under the water for 100 years and it will never move. We're just putting another layer over the outside of that wood, that marine ply. And the mesh over it.
We're just sealing that filler.
Yep.
And then we can start laying off some chop on the main board.
Now I may have mentioned this in previous episodes, but when I am making a filler with the resin and the fiberglass to fill the gaps in, I do like to run one tab of the chop strand before any 1708 because it's a lot easier to work with, and once that filler is then completely cured, I'll start running in my structural glass. Now it's definitely not the only way to do it, that's what works for me. You can see here that that single layer of tabbing is now completely cured and I can start laying up on the floor, and then I can go through and start putting my structural glass in.
Okay, so we've done, I think, 2 layers of chop and a layer of 1708 on the main part of the marine ply. Now I'm just going around the edges, just tabbing it in, and then I'll just do 1 layer of chop, which is that one there, which will basically cover the whole bottom and finish it off nicely. It's going to be nice and strong because you're going to have a lot of weight sitting on here. So this here is just off the rolls. I've just cut them in like little 150, 200mm strips, and then they're just sitting in just like that on both sides. Okay, so that string is all glassed in. We are now doing between the 2 bulkheads where the dash is and towards the front of the bow. This one here is going to be about 100mm high down the center, and we're also going to do 2 minis across here as well. Now I was thinking about putting like a little water tank in there, or maybe like a little storage compartment, but I decided at the start of the build to make this whole floor area completely sealed with the fuel tank. The only hole that's going to be in the floor is for the fuel tank sender, that is it. So rest is going to be completely sealed. So we'll glass this one in as well as the 2 sides, and that's it. But we'll get a roller ready to go. I'm just using those microfiber ones. They actually work quite well. Actually, I might upgrade to this big one here. These are the jumbo size ones. Might be a little bit better for the flow coat. Let's throw that on a little roller. So we're just going to mix that hardener in with the flow coat. So this is the roller I'm using. Let's jump straight in the boat and we'll start at the front. So let's get this on. Pack it on.
So flow coat cures the exact same way as vinyl ester resin, that is by applying the hardener. Now I'm just going to put a nice coat down before I start putting my buoyancy material in, but you can see that I'm not doing it where I am putting my epoxy glue down for the floor. That's so we can get maximum adhesion to the fiberglass itself. Now going back on my videos, I didn't get much recording of the stringers between these 2 bulkheads, but you can see how I've glassed it in this shot here.
We might just have enough of paint. So the stringers are now done. I've finished up the top end. That's all sealed. We flow coated it. So basically just to make it look nice. It's not really doing it, it's sealing it, but yeah, the fiberglass itself would have been fine. I'm pretty wrapped with how it's all come out. Yeah, good. So we're just making the floor before we fill it all up. We'll then put some glass on the bottom of these to seal them. Now I did give this another layer of flow coat. It looks pretty good. We do need to cut this piece out. Basically the way I've been doing the rest of it is to get a rough sketch of the area, measure up, and hopefully it fits first go.
So I didn't mention how thick my floor is going to be, but we're going to be using 18mm marine ply.
Go fit it now. Right.
Just lift it up and just let the dirt drop down there.
Yeah.
Right, give it a head. That's it.
Right. Let's go see if she fits.
Oh, it's going to be heavy. It's going to be heavy, mate.
Hey.
You got no bloody light, are you? All right.
Oh shit. That was a bad move. See if she fits. Okay, so we have now measured up basically the whole floor. We've gave it a quick grind. It's rinse and repeat with this boat. So similar to the transom. So we've got all 5 pieces and the front section as well. So yeah, ready to go. We're going to put a couple of layers on the bottom just to seal up the wood, and then we can install it into the boat, I'd say tomorrow.
Now, unfortunately, I did lose some data to a corrupt SIM card. We did end up losing the footage to trimming off the floor, as well as applying the buoyancy material and epoxy gluing down the floor. But unfortunately, it is what it is. So let's get back into where we left off.
So, right, Nick, away you go.
So the last 2 days, we've had some technical difficulties. We have filled it up, so it's now buoyant, and we have got the epoxy glue down and sat the boards in. Floor is now screwed down. We're spot on level, hey? That is wonderful. We're pretty happy with that. Check that out. All right, no, that's good. Well, we're basically level now, so what we'll do is we'll go around all the excess glue that's sitting off the side here. We're just going to push it into the crevices and make sure everything's sealed. Obviously, we do have another board coming along here to seal the fuel tank once that goes in. Going to scrape out all this as well, and yeah, any holes or anything like that, we'll just fill in just like this.
Can't get it, knees it up the front.
All right, quick vacuum and we're ready to go. I've just ground about 100, 150 mil around the outside where we're going to be tabbing in the floor to the side of the hull. So we've got to fill with some filler all around the edge, and then glass and tab up the sides. Now, when I did lay the floor down, we already filled the joins in, so they're all done. And yeah, I did have a bit of spare, so I ended up doing as much as I could without wasting the glue. But what we're going to do now is we're going to mix another batch of the filler and fill around the outside, and then we can maybe run just a tab all the way around so we can start putting some on the floor. How good. All right, Trixie boy.
All right, mate, let's do it. See bloody well good. You can see you clear. So I'll just put the camera a bit closer. No worries at all. That looks good, Nick. I don't know how you done it.
Good, eh?
Hey?
Check that out. So we now just put one layer of chop around the edge. We have filled it up with some filler, and I just wanted to seal that filler and make sure that there weren't any high spots or any glugs anywhere. So if I put a layer of chop there, it just makes it nice and smooth for when I start laying up for the floor tomorrow. I have put a layer of resin over the floor to sit overnight to make sure that we don't get any dry layups tomorrow, but we're looking good. We're looking good.
It's sort of flashing. Yeah, like...
Oh yeah, come over here.
Oh. Why is that?
It's because of the light. That's why I don't use that new camera. It does the same thing. Is that better?
Oh, that's better.
Yeah.
No light.
All right, can you see this?
Yeah, I've got to make sure I can put this right. Got my fingers right, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I can see.
So we're just doing an overlap of the chop strand in 1708. Basically 2 layers with an overlap of 3 around the edges. So should be more than enough for the top of the floor.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, no, it doesn't look too bad, eh?
Yeah, it looks really good.
I've just cut it up in strips, the 1708, and then the choppy, and then just do an overlap up to the sides. So we'll get some glass on this, roll it out, make sure we don't have any bubbles, and work our way down towards the back of the boat. 1708 takes up so much resin. Hopefully we have enough. All right, so I just do a bit of a cut there for that piece. Hopefully that one there should be the go. Yep, beautiful, lovely. Now, a few of you guys actually asked where I get this roller from. It's a bit different to this one here. You can see the paddles go a different way. I actually got this from a local fiberglass shop here in Perth, so it works really good actually. Okay. Alrighty guys, so we run out of resin, so we've got halfway down the boat, so I'll have to order some new resin for next week, but that's okay. All the front section's done here. We've just done a layer of 1708 and chop, and of course overlapping as well. So yeah, more than enough glass on the floor itself. We'll get some more resin in the next couple of days so we can finish the floor, and we're basically ready to spin this boat upside down and start on the hull and hopefully get it on the trailer in the next couple of weeks, which is very exciting. But I think we're going to call it there. So yeah, thanks for watching. Yeah, we've done quite a bit this last month. We're trying to smash it out because I've got a few boating plans next year in the pipeline, so need to get it done, but it's looking really good. I'm wrapped. Alrighty, see you in the next one.